on this episode of Bot vs. Con.
This picture right here just reminds me of, and that just his arm going out like that reminds me of Voltron. And I don't know, I don't want to say lazy, but I'm going to say it's lazy for lack of a better term. You know,
they do look cool when you pose them up as shields, though.
Yeah.
Maybe remove the cat ears, unless it's a triple changer. Just saying, that would be kind of cool.
And now it's funny you bring up the Takara one next to it. The Takara one, as old as it is, it does still hold up.
Thing of bots, because the bot is excited to finally finish this Leo Kaiser, even though you already finished it.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Welcome back, Transformer fans, to another round of news. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And this is Bot vs. Con, where your voice is heard. And we've got a lot of news to go over today, but before we get into that, we want to give a big shout out to the Chosen Prime for sponsoring our channel. You can go ahead and find a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about on their site, whether it's pre-order, for sale, or it'll be on their site eventually. Also want to give another shout out to our members. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We really do appreciate it. And speaking of members, not this weekend, but the weekend after. We don't know the dates or times. It will be the members live for, I think it's Seeker and Higher. So I look forward to seeing you then. And another live news for all of our subscribers. We will be doing our hauls the last weekend. I believe it's the 26th or the 27th, date to be determined, but keep an eye out for that. We'll go ahead and post that when we're ready. And we look forward to seeing all you guys as well. And thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now. A little bit of channel news. Ramen Toys, we're going to be doing an interview with them, so if you have any questions, please put them down either in the comments or email them at botversuscon@gmail.com. He'd love to hear from you. I think his name is Ray?
Ace.
Okay, I knew it was one vowel. Ace would love to hear from you with your questions, so please go ahead and put those in the comments below. And if you have any questions for Robeson, do the same. We'll be interviewing him soon as well. And if you have any art cosplays for fan appreciation, please go ahead and send those our way at botversuscon@gmail.com, and we'd love to show them off in our video. Just let us know that we can. And finally, probably the coolest part of news is Iacon 3D Labs will be selling these on their site. We'll post the link when it is live. Very cool work. I can't wait. I don't know who I'm going to display on here. I think Bobby needs to paint me a custom to put on here. And let us know if you guys want one too. We'll be posting the link shortly. Any other news to clean house?
I would say we've gotten some of your questions and really appreciate it, so keep them coming. Ace said there's nothing, no holding back. So ask away. And I'm really curious about some of the questions we have. We really got some good ones so far, but yeah, keep them coming, because we're going to talk about all things Ramen Toy as well. So it's not just going to be mocking my line, but all the things that they do. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And just make sure you keep them age appropriate, because we will filter them. All right, well, let's just get into the news. And there you go. There's Bobby with Ace. So look forward to that. He was lucky enough to meet him, so hopefully I'll meet him one day as well.
Yes.
Moving on, we've got Robo Toy Fest is going to have Michael Charles Hill as a guest. It is Sunday, June 8th at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center. I think
familiar with that place.
What? I was going to say, I think that's the same place. I could be wrong. That's really cool. I don't think I'm going to be driving 8 hours to go there, but it looks like a cool little convention, and I'd love to meet him again. Great guy. Yeah.
Got to talk with him again at Toylanta. I'm going to see him at BotCon as well in a couple months. So yeah, very cool guy. Really down to earth. So cool. So go say hi to him if you get a chance.
Yep. And speaking of BotCon, Michael Bell will be there as well, which it looks like you're going to have to get at least 6 tech specs signed.
Yes, I am going to pull them out. I literally just looked in my drawer. I'm going to pull them out and put them in my suitcase now, because I am going to go on a tour of getting autographs now.
Yes, you need to do that, and he's probably going to get, what, $300 out of you?
Hey.
Just joking. I don't know his prices. I'm just joking.
I'm let's take a zero off.
All right, so TF Source talked about tariffs as well, so they are increasing everything. I think they said that's what they were doing. They're going to try to keep pre-orders. We are not going to go too into it because we kind of talked a little bit more about it last time, but just as an FYI, it is affecting TF Source and probably all the other places now, even if they haven't said anything.
Yeah. There's a lot of emails going out. I think BBTS I think had something as well last week. We saw Toy Dojo earlier on, and it's stuff is happening. I've actually picked up a couple of things just because I've also seen some sales, so take advantage of the sales when you can get them.
Yes, so do that, have fun while you can, and we will be right back with Just Announced.
Let's do it.
Moving into Just Announced, this is kind of cool. I kind of like the art, but so Line, which we've talked about on the show before, is a Japanese WhatsApp, and they have some themes for Age of Extinction. Not my favorite movie, but that Grimlock is so dang cute. Even if it doesn't look like our Grimlock, but he is very cute.
This Grimlock is fine. I still don't like the Prime that's on him.
Yeah, I focused on Grimlock.
yeah. It looks fine. It looks like a Dino Rider.
Oh, you're gonna start collecting those now?
Hell no. I mean, not to talk bad about Dino Rider.
You don't need anything else, do you?
I don't need anything else at all.
Next up, I guess this is kind of like Grimlock, but not. The Wild King Episode 3 is available online. I did not watch it. But it is kind of cool. It reminds me of Transformers Cybertron, where the toys were brought to life with CG instead of being drawn or something, which is kind of a cool aesthetic because kids could feel like the toy they have in hand is exactly what they're seeing on the show. So, it's cool. I think this is the way toy media is going to go, are short YouTube videos.
This picture right here just reminds me of, and that just his arm going out like that reminds me of Voltron, when Voltron combined and he kind of shot his arms out so you can see him. That's what this looks like right here. I didn't watch it either, and I don't think I will be. What's up with those fists sticking up at the top? Okay.
Yeah. You know exactly what those are. So, speaking of Transformers Wild King as well, you could get the Lightning Shield and Lightning Sword set, but if you're in Japan, you have to spend 5,000 yen. I guess that includes tax. You don't see that in America. Usually it's excluding tax. In Wild Kingdom products, it's limited to 3,000 and will be available in the store of Toys R Us Japan from April 26th to May 12th. And they look like just redecoed War for Cybertron Grimlock weapons.
Get it if you like it.
I think they look cool, but I do, if they're what are they called? Lightning Shield and Lightning Sword, I feel like that yellow should be more transparent.
Get it if you like it.
Hey, if it was free and I already planned on getting these, I'd be happy.
Definitely.
Bun-B Studio showed off the storage crate inspired by TF1 to put all of your little blast effects or whatever you have. And this is very cool and practical. And if there was somebody selling these for relatively inexpensive, I wouldn't mind picking up a few. Just because I have a Ziploc baggie of, blast effects. And it'd be cooler to put it in this.
I completely agree. I'd also, maybe even up the size of the print.
Yes.
So you can, I'd write on the side blast effects. Have it be this big. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I agree. Tim Hedda showed off this TF Devastation Optimus Prime upgrade set, and this is crazy with the amount of pieces you have to do to fill it in. And they look okay. I don't think the waffling in the arms, especially the forearms, looks filled in because they still indent. Mm-hmm. Like maybe there needs to be a longer peg, like right. to make it flush.
Instead of this, be this.
Exactly, and it is obviously still a what's that called, prototype. So maybe those will be fixed. It would look better if it was in color. It would make the figure look better if it was in color. The alt mode still has the gappiness in the front. I don't think there's anything you could do with that because of transformation. But yeah, this is a good kit if you want a smaller Prime, maybe to go with a combiner or something that's should be bigger.
Yeah. So shout out to actually, I'm gonna give him a shout out twice. So shout out to Michael D for one helping me bring in some furniture. I got my cases. So shout out to him for that. And then also he did a review of this figure, like an unboxing of this figure, and he said it was the worst figure. So let us know if you picked it up. Definitely, I know I didn't plan on picking it up. You didn't plan on picking it up. Let us know if you picked it up, if you like it. If you don't like it, chime in.
Yeah, there are some people that do really like it. I've seen online, and honestly, looking at it here, it doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look
on
bad.
The shelf. I don't know how it feels, but look-wise, I think it looks fine.
It doesn't look bad right here at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next up, I don't know if this is new or old. It just said H27 David, Skybound Comics, Optimus Prime. It's via Weibo user Dark Emperor. So I think they're coming out with a new one with a Megatron arm. I don't know. I think they would probably sell a lot if they did, though.
Yeah, I mean, either way, if they just came out with a kit for it, or if they are selling it as a whole set, that's another re-release. They are good for doing this. So, yeah, I'd get it if you want it. I am actually think I'm spent on the Megatron arm.
We touched on it before, but I think it's amazing how far the Megatron arm from a comic has gone, and how it's influenced the fandom, probably more than any other like Optimus thing from like any of the movies or whatever. It's like we want to see that now, and I think that's so cool. Whoever wrote that story and drew it and all that must feel very proud of themselves, because they did a great job making a memorable thing that's, I think, Skybound will always be remembered for in the Transformers community.
Very good point. Like, superb point there, James. I don't think I've seen anything that's changed the game, like this, and that's consistently. I mean, this is typically we'll see somebody do a 3D printed something, and then it's just like, if you like that, cool, you'll go buy it for that figure, and then it kind of dies on the vine. But for every single company that has made a Prime, just about, to have some type of not only 3D part, shout out to Collector Craft for the first version we received, but for it to go into production with these other companies like that make the figures. I mean, New Age doing this, that's big.
It is, and I think it might influence what we see from Hasbro eventually down the road.
I swear, if they're talking about doing digital content, they need to make a cartoon of Skybound.
I was gonna say exactly the same thing. I think they could do it, so we'll see.
Put it on HBO Max or something like that, so it can keep the level of
the grittiness
on there.
Yeah. Don't make it for kids. Do it like X-Men 97 did.
Yep.
So we'll see. Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on the Megatron arm down below. Next up, we have Cang Toys. We already saw their swoop, but they showed off their Sludge, Grimlock, and Snarl in the Voyager class. The Snarl and Sludge look almost nigh identical to the large ones, so not much to talk about there. But what do you think of this Grimlock?
I'm not really a fan. They're kind of losing me with the dino pieces hanging off. I don't really want to see the head on the shoulder and then some other stuff folded up on the other shoulder. It just,
in their defense, Grimlock just had the head hanging off his back.
I like that.
I'm just joking. I was
joking.
Like, continue.
Because it just, I don't know. One of my favorite movies of all time is Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's hilarious. But they had like the King and the Princess Zamunda. They had like the lion garment going across. So it was like cool to see it kind of drape across them as that. But to just kind of hang it off to the side and then some other random pieces over here hanging off. I don't know. I don't want to say lazy, but I'm going to say it's lazy for lack of a better term. At least when it's in his back, it's just like it's tucked away.
Yeah, he looks more like a robot than a robot that turns into a dinosaur in G1. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I think they're going more for, and I hate to say, a movie aesthetic. You know how he had the shoulders on the doesn't really look like him besides that. Mm-hmm. And honestly, you know what it reminds me of is Leo Convoy.
Right.
Which is weird. I like it on Leo Convoy with the mane and stuff. I think it looks cool, and that's how he's supposed to look. This is a little weird. I want to see it in color. I want to see if it even looks like Grimlock, or if it's going to be colored with the same colors but completely different. So we'll see. Here are their alt modes, and I do think Grimlock looks a lot better as a dinosaur, which seems to be kind of the running theme with this set.
I agree with you on that. And again, I want to see it in color because it looks like there's a lot going on under his belly, and there's a lot of like round like connection points, and I can't tell what's what. So it looks like it's unfinished, and it could be me just not.
And like it is unfinished.
I meant like the actual figure is unfinished. Like it looks like there's some panels missing and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
Well, usually we don't see Cang Toys figures from that angle. Mm-hmm. Or if we do, it's like swoop in the back that it's just, honestly, it's the torso of the bot that's changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is on all fours. So it is a little bit different. So we'll have to see how they look. And again, these are the Voyager class ones. The masterpiece ones, which you will be getting, I mean, you might be picking these up too if they're cheap enough.
Hell no.
Might look a lot different. So, I don't remember. I think we saw a prototype, but it's been so long.
It's been so long. Yeah. They just need to hurry up and come out with the slag.
Yeah, I think you're going to get sludge first.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of these Cang Toys figures. Are they going to combine? I'm assuming they are.
They combine.
Did they say they did?
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen a combined anything with the Voyager sized ones.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. And let us know if you want them to come out with the Predacons in this size as well. They might do that too. Either which way, we're going to move on to the updates and we'll be right back. Moving on to the updates, we got something that Bobby sold his left toe for. And that is the Kickstarter for Skybound Comics. So 9 stretch goals are unlocked. The next stretch goal, which I'm almost positive they're going to make, I can't believe they're at the time of recording, they're at $2.33 million, is to have the gilded edges on all the compendiums, which looks phenomenal. This looks really cool.
Yeah, so when you said about my toe, it's just like 9 stretch goals, 9 toes. So,
they better not get this one then. They're gonna lose all of them.
That Energon blue looks amazing, and yeah, I did.
If you guys have been watching this channel for any length of time, you know which tier Bobby got.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
He didn't even know what was in it. We were just talking about it before, and he didn't know it came with digital.
Yeah, I literally was just like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that comes with more. Oh, the price isn't that different. And then there were so many tiers, I lost track of what each tier cost. And then I was like, oh, this is a tier that has some stuff in it. I'll go ahead and get this.
Yep, that's how it happens, folks.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Let us know if you're picking this up and if you packed it.
Yeah.
Next up, YOLO Park showed off the Last Night Prime. They have an eye light color upgrade set. So Optimus Prime has white LEDs with translucent blue eyes, and Nemesis Prime has the white LEDs with translucent purple eyes. Not a different painted character like he was in the movie, they just changed the eye color. And if you already purchased it, this is really cool. You could go ahead and request a free light upgrade by a link on their web store. That is very cool and great customer service, if I do say so myself.
I completely agree. I think you only have to pay for the shipping.
Okay, I didn't see anything. Oh,
yeah.
Just cover the shipping cost. You are correct.
Yep. So that's very cool. I like that. I like two things about it. One, don't make me have to buy a whole nother figure just to get the light feature. So, yeah, shout out to them for doing that. That's how you do it.
I wonder if you could bundle it. You know, like you want this, you go buy another figure and you have them added to that. That would be cool too. Yeah. So, moving on, we've already seen this. I remember that Peach head. TF Toys had showed off the Beetle.
So, are all these headlights different options, or are they doing something different?
I don't know. I thought Mr. Car Guy over here could shed some light.
Yeah, I mean,
they all look the same to me. Besides some of them missing the light or the lens or whatever that's called.
Yeah. Unless you have an option of which one you want to have on or something like that. I don't know.
I don't either. But maybe they're just doing a large production sample and they just put them all. They lined up all the Bumblebee's boobs.
That's what they look like too. Your headlights are on.
Especially when they're close together. Next up, Cang Toys again showed off Bergian. I don't think that's the name. I think Bergian is the faction, and I think this guy was called like Axetal, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think of this alt mode?
Yeah, it looks pretty wicked. Like I'd never noticed it until just now that you can see the teeth underneath and the eyes. Yeah, I didn't notice it in other pictures. I noticed it in the bot mode, but I never paid attention to it in the alt mode, and so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like how this looks from this angle. Not the other angle looks good too, but this angle you could see the head, you could see kind of like the lower jaw teeth. The legs look very natural, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes they look like they're just tacked on. Right. And this actually looks like a beetle. Robotic beetle. I mean, beetle shells don't look like that, but you get what I'm trying to say. And I think this looks cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be barrage or bombshell. Who knows? I don't think they know. All I know is it'll be a cool Transformer in my collection when it comes out. Here's the bot mode. I'm not a big fan of those beetle shells.
Oh.
Just hanging off the arms. I wish maybe they collapsed a little bit or something. They're just a little in the way. I don't know. It reminds me of a Gundam, especially with those. Have you seen the Gundams with like the wings coming off? That's really what it reminds me of. The axe looks really cool though.
So I initially was thinking of, it looks like Scourge or the Sweeps, you know.
Kind of, yeah, but those are wings. If these were wings, I wouldn't be so like, I think they would look better. But as being on the shoulder pads, it's a little different.
So like, and again, it could just be the angle, but on the picture with him holding the axe on his right arm, it looks like the wing, and again, it could be just how it's taken. It looks like the wing is behind him a little bit, so maybe they can adjust and go behind his back.
Maybe
And then
we'll have to see.
that would look like, so it would look like wings. I would like that better than them just hanging off the side of his arms.
Completely agree. Like if you could turn him into like a sort of a pseudo cape type of thing, I think that would look better personally. They do look cool when you pose them up as shields, though.
Yeah,
I will say that does look cool. And here he is with, I can never say that one, Blacindidae. I know where Axetal comes from. If anybody knows where the other one's name comes from, please let me know, because
Black-eyed. Black-eyed.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from, what mixture of words it is, if it's any. But I think this thing will look a lot better when it's finished, because Black and 80, as you called him, looks a lot better with the colors on him.
Black in the day. I don't know.
Back in the day? Yeah. Okay.
Black in the day. I was black in the day. I think the first one, I'm not gonna say it again, it's growing on me as well. Like the color is growing on me more. When we first saw it in color, I was kind of like, it's okay. But this picture in particular looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see all these when they eventually come out.
Yeah, I love the price.
Yes. Next up, we've already talked about this, and I don't even think these are new pictures, but pre-orders went up for the Iron Factory Lightning Wing Girl IFG02. Get it if you want it.
Beat me to it. It's cute. I would get this for my daughter if I knew she wasn't going to break it.
If she was, 5-10 years older.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think this is very well done. Like you said, it looks good. I like the little red underneath the eyes. I don't think Starscream had that. Maybe Thundercracker will have purple there or whatever. Not Thundercracker. Skywarp will have purple. Excuse me. But I think it's good. Just not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, if they made it, transform a little bit and made the human parts look robotic, I would probably be picking this up.
And little cat ears. Yeah.
I would be a lot more interested in that.
Yeah.
Maybe remove the cat ears. unless it's a triple changer. Just saying, that would be kind of cool.
It would look terrible, probably.
Moving on, Meg Motion showed off the Agabus Splintered Reality Magnus. This should be out soon, but we'll talk about why it's not in a little bit. But let's focus on the figure for now. What do you think about this?
I have not watched the review yet. I've said it numerous times. I love the way this looks. I love the colors. That blue is really nice. I love the silver on the chest. The head looks amazing, and yeah, I should, let me change that. The skull part looks amazing. The helmet on top of it looks kind of cheap in comparison to the skull features. There's so much details in the skull. Those details are missed in the helmet up on it. So other than that, it looks amazing. I really want this in my collection.
Yeah, I agree with you with the head. But I think there's detail work on the head. You just don't see it with the type of plastic they used.
Right.
And it's lighting. But I think it's there in person. You'll probably see it. Gotta show the alt mode, but there's it's what you expect. I do like that the cab is a different shade of blue from the rest of it to kind of differentiate the two. I think that looks nice.
I love the color of blue. So
both colors are blue, honestly.
Yeah, so yeah, this is one that I'm gonna have a hard time deciding if it's gonna. Well, no, I shouldn't even say it. It's gonna be in bot mode, but yeah,
it looks good. I really like it. I'm on the fence, but I do think it looks really good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this.
Yeah, I love the sword that they added as well.
Yeah, it looks good.
And here's a comparison with Takara's. They're really different aesthetics, but I do think X-Transbots looks better. It might not be better to play with, or the quality might not be as good. I'm not judging it on that. I'm just judging it by its looks. The arms seem really long, though, on X-Transbots. Like, they're almost touching his knees. So I don't know.
That was always the jab at X-Transbots, Ultra Magnus in general. They all had like long gorilla arms. I'm still okay with it. And now it's funny you bring up the Takara one next to it. The Takara one, as old as it is, it does still hold up.
I agree. Yeah, and there's a lot of things I like about that, like the details on the thighs.
Yeah,
because I like that type of stuff. I like the details on the thighs, and there are things I like with the Takara one, but the overall shape I like the X-Transbots one, and the long arms honestly are kind of better for an evil robot. They don't have, he doesn't have to necessarily look as human as a good guy. And here he is with Fans Toys, so you could see. I don't know if we've looked at a side by side with these two.
We haven't. Not.
So this is very interesting. There's things I like about both of them. I like Takara's big shoulders. Not Takara, excuse me, X-Transbots' big shoulders. I like the big legs and stuff, but I like the proportions, besides the shoulders, of the Fans Toys one. I always saw Ultra Magnus, it might not be too inaccurate, as having giant shoulders and stuff like that. And I feel like the Fans Toys one doesn't, but that being said, I think they both look good in their own right.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'll put it like this: you can nitpick about transformations and all that stuff. Got it. You can. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the three versions. Takara, X-Transbots, Fans Toys. Depending on what you're looking for, there's an answer to your question.
Well, we don't have a transformable Ultra Magnus or Delta Magnus with a Magna Convoy yet. So hopefully, if Fans Toys does it, I would definitely be interested in that. I don't think they are. They don't really do repaints, but I would be interested.
Well, not necessarily. You're right. They don't do repaints. They actually will re-engineer it. Because if you think about Gears and Swerve, or I'm drawing a blank, Huffer and Pipes.
Okay.
They look the same and transform totally different.
Yes, but at the same time, that's not a repaint.
Well, what I'm saying is
separate characters. Let's be honest. Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus / Delta Convoy is just a repaint of Ultra Magnus. It's different. He's not in the tomb. So I don't think Fans Toys is going to touch them. It seems like they're pretty dead set on not doing repaints, unless it seems like they need money with the Astro Train and the Galvatron and the G1.
I was just thinking of Delta Magnus, because does Delta Magnus separate into a interval?
Yes. It's just like it's a Magna Convoy in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is what we need to talk about. This is via Miller Time on Facebook. Agabus said they've already been paid for from X-Transbots, but they had to stop the shipment because of the tariffs. So who knows if the price is going to go up, if these are going to be in anytime soon, if you're going to get an email, hey, we know you pre-ordered this, but go ahead and send us another $100. I don't think they'll do that. I don't know anything about Agabus, but this is very unfortunate.
I've bought from Agabus a few times and have had a good experience for the most part. That's where I got my Fans Toys Jazz that was broken, and it just took a while for them to send the replacement part. I don't blame them for it. That's,
of course.
And I've bought some other figures from them, so they've been very good to me. This sucks.
You probably would have had it by now.
For that. I mean, I paid for it. I didn't read the fine print. I paid for it at the last BotCon because I thought it was going to be released shortly after last BotCon. So I've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, so we'll see. I am interested in this. We'll see if I pick it up. I want to see the final price, or if it's at BotCon, I might just have you pick one up for me and ship it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
But moving on, we got Ramen Toys. The second batch of the Ramen Racers and Razor are in production. I think this is the Ghost Rider car.
Yes.
The flame effects. But those rims look amazing.
Yeah. I know some people driving around on those rims right now. So yes, they do look amazing. And then they did this vehicle in so many different colors too. They also did it in like the Dukes of Hazzard, and really cool. I did not pick this up. I know when I was at Toylanta and they had some of the other vehicles like the A-Team and the Mystery Machine and stuff like that. Huge vehicles, and people were really excited about it. So for them to be coming out with a second batch of them, I know it did really well, I think, with the funding.
Yep, I think these look pretty cool. I haven't seen the full product. I haven't looked, but I think I'm going to, because I wouldn't pick it up. I'm just not into Ghost Rider that much, but I kind of like that car, so we'll see.
Come down this rabbit hole with me.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Well, let us know what you think about this, and we'll be right back with what's incoming and recently released. Moving on to what's incoming. First, we got the trailer. So this is the MP10 trailer that works with MP44. If you got, I believe, the toy one that didn't come with the trailer. So, very cool. I think that's it compared to the MP44 trailer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. There's differences.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want a trailer, I think they do the same thing.
I'm on the fence. Part of me is saying get it because it's cheap. And because at some, there may be like some point in time where I'm like, oh, I want to display it in, alt mode, and I don't have the trailer. Dang. Then part of me is also like, where am I going to put another trailer?
Yeah, you're going to have to figure that out. Yeah, get it if you want it. I don't have much else to say besides if you need it, go pick it up. It's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
This I know you're going to be excited about. Shipping from Iron Factory is going to be Death Cobra. I don't remember what the Iron Factory name is, but I bet you'll be excited to finish off.
I was trying to see.
Pang of Batu? It doesn't matter.
Fang of. It looks like Fang of Bots, but.
Fang of Bots, because the bot is excited to finally finish this Leo Kaiser, even though you already finished it. This is a very good looking Death Cobra, and if there was a company out there that wanted to upsize this whole set with the KO, I would not be disappointed.
I would not be disappointed either. I would be a little pissed. But I would be a little pissed just because I would have wanted it, in Master Prize. But this looks really good. I am pleased with this Iron Factory purchase.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Fans Hobby showed off this gallery of Air Eagle by I Am No Fire. And it looks great. It'll be in soon. I don't have much else to say. I don't know anything about G.I. Joe. It's a weird looking vehicle, but I think it still looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does look really cool. I don't know the name of it as well. I know some of the Joe characters. I don't know many of the Joe vehicles. But I always thought it was cool to take off like this. It's a flying vehicle that's not a helicopter and it's not a jet. That's what made it look cool to me.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be cool to see this thing transform.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. It honestly looks like a flying coffin.
Coffin?
Like the front look. You know how they call some cars like coffins and stuff like that? Yeah. Because it's literally just room for one person and with jets. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look. That's how you could tell it's a toy vehicle, because there's not room for everything else that you need.
I'm sitting here now trying to think of what Transformer this would be.
Let it be a new Transformer.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Let it have its own life. So
I like that idea.
But if there is any Transformer, let us know down below who you think would be good for this alt mode.
Huh? That's yeah. That's
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
it
hard.
Would be cool as part of Superion. One of the limbs.
No,
If it's a G.I. Joe crossover, I could see that.
G-
Or maybe Blast Off.
Give it a new character.
I would rather have be a new character, but you brought it up. So
Give it a new character.
moving on to recently released. First, we have G2 Attila leg adapter. So we talked about this last time. It'll be €40 plus postage, and they can be mounted bonnet up or bonnet down. And this looks a lot better to me. I mean, I'm biased, I know. I think especially in the G2 colors, it's going to really pop and shine because the legs aren't white and black. Mm-hmm. They're bright neon blue and I believe yellow. Yellow? No. Yes,
Purple.
Yellow.
Is it yellow?
Yellow. And then the arm's black and the other arm's a brighter red, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, black. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yes, you're absolutely correct. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the leg before the car's attached. So yes, you're
okay.
Yeah.
So I think that will really shine, and this looks like a very good combiner, especially in the other colors. I don't know if it feels as good, but I do think it looks very nice.
It is a good combiner. I like mine. I am actually going to do just that. I have the set for this, and I don't think I have the legs turned around on it. But I will do it. Definitely be doing it on this set because, as you said, exactly what you said. I think it'll look really cool with them on the front, and I can then have my other one with them in the back as they're traditionally known for.
In the cartoon.
All
right. Well, I think this is really cool. Let us know what you think down below. And I want to see it with the G2 set. I don't think it's released yet, but I want to see it with the G2 set.
Yes, I did message about ordering these.
No, that doesn't surprise me. We got a lot of upgrade sets, so we might go through them kind of quick. But first, we got Go Better Studios for Optimus Primal from Rise of the Beast. So changes the feats, and you get like an actual chain. Which honestly, I like the one that came, I think, with Ape Link is when they included the chain.
Yeah.
And it's posable instead of just being a loose chain. I think I like that better.
I do too.
But if you're not buying Ape Link, this looks pretty cool.
I'm looking at the feet. I guess they're a little longer. Is that what it is?
I don't have a picture of it, but when it goes into gorilla mode is when the feet really change. Instead of just hanging off the back, they're actually incorporated into the feet. So it does look a lot nicer. But in bot mode, I think that's what most people are going to be displaying this as, so I included that picture.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Star Raider Cannonball upgrades, and I think those cannons look great on his back.
I completely agree. That looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the color looks really good.
I agree.
Damn. I typically don't buy upgrades for...
But you might buy this one?
I really... It'd have to be a slow month, and...
Because this is between $10 and $17, depending on what you get.
I mean, I would like it to be between $7 and $10, but, you know... Yeah, it does look really good. Do you have a picture of it in alt mode? Does it...
I do not. They did not have any pictures of it in alt mode. I'm assuming it just plugs into the top like what you see right there.
Yeah, I'm just curious of how it looks. Like in bot mode, it looks amazing. I really like the way it looks.
Yep,
I'm curious of how it would look in alt mode as well.
Yeah. Moving on, we got Starscream from BDT Studio as well. That gives them the guns. I don't know if you remember from the Cybertron Starscream that was huge. One had a gun and one had a sword. So this gives you that gun arm look as well. Oh, and it kind of pops out the
oh yeah,
the whole thing. Yeah.
So I guess it's a whole new piece.
Mm-hmm. No, I think the top is the same and the whole bottom is different. Like you plug it in where the gun is.
Well, okay, because I'm just this is bad. I think I have this figure, but I just don't remember. I was just looking like how the piece looks like it's setting further out.
Yeah,
so...
I think that's an extra piece you put into it.
Oh, okay.
And then it kind of makes it go down a little bit more instead of being so high up.
Okay, so it's a clip-on piece there. Okay, great, got it now. I thought it was a piece that had that joint built into it, but okay, got it.
Yeah, so again, they look good. Pick it up if you really like this figure. Next up, we got Swoop. This is Matrix Workshop this time, and it's $14. This is what it should have came with. Sorry. They come with rubber missiles, right?
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I would have expected. I get the rubber, honestly, with toy laws and stuff, but this is just so much better.
You'll poke your eye out.
The thing is if they didn't do that, you might have actually poked your eye out. Remember when these used to be firing missiles?
Oh, hell yeah.
That would have been so cool. Anyways.
I grew up mostly or mainly as an only child. I didn't have siblings until I was, much older in high school and stuff. So I didn't have anybody to shoot these at. So, yeah. And that's if sometimes the spring wasn't in them. So you had to go take a pin, take the spring out of that and put it in your toy. So,
yeah. These look cool.
Good times.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. So many a memory right there. This is for Transformers 1, Studio Series 112.
This color match on the tan piece is great.
Yeah, they did a good job.
There's a lot of gaps they filled in. But yeah, get it if you want it. I don't think either of us picked this up.
No, I did not, and I still don't remember him being this tan in the movie. I feel like he was silver, but maybe I'm wrong. You watched it 3 times, didn't you?
Mr. Norris, chime in here, please. Let us know.
Please do. And this is from Yang Studios. They have new head sculpts and weapons for Megatron. The Studio Series 109 Bumblebee Concept Megatron. They give him more of I think these are comic heads, if I'm not mistaken. And a ginormous cannon that looks really cool.
Yes. I like both heads a lot better than what came with it. That's my G1 bias there. That weapon looks amazing.
Yeah. I want to see how it attaches, because it doesn't look like a weapon itself. It looks like maybe it slides on or something.
Yeah.
It looks really cool, though.
It looks very cool. I definitely want to see more.
Yeah. Well, that is everything. So let us know what you thought of that Megatron cannon, and I'm sure Bobby needs to go pick it up to review it for you. And we will see you guys very soon. We got a lot of stuff coming out the pipeline, so stay tuned.
Yes, don't forget, send your questions in for Ace at Ramen Toy, as well as for Robosen. We have another Devi review coming up, so lots of stuff, as James said. As always, to all debates are won. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.